Get us going. So, okay, go ahead and lay on your backs for me, and we're just going to get ourselves warmed up and start to set that intention for class today. So, when you're laying on your back, I actually want you to let your legs come down nice and long in front of you, and then I want you to let your hands just fall to your side. So, I really just want you to lay on that mat and just take a moment here to let everything fall really heavy. And let's just focus on our breathing for a second. So, I want you to take a really, really big inhale through your nose. And if you want to place your hand on your heart and on your stomach, just feel everything starting to expand. So when you take that big inhale, I want you to really think about filling every inch up with air. And then as you exhale through your mouth, think about the contraction in your abs as you pull that lower back in towards your spine, and then take that big exhale again. So you're going to just take a couple breaths on your breaths by yourself, taking a big inhale, feeling everything expanding, and then you'll take that big exhale, just getting rid of every bit of that air in your chest. You'll take one more right here, this one being your biggest one, and then I want you to hold for a couple of seconds at the top, really thinking about that intention you're setting for today. And then that really big exhale through your mouth. And when you take that exhale, go ahead and pull your knees into your chest for me. Start to wiggle those fingertips and wake everything up, small little rock from side to side. And then you're going to go ahead and bring your feet flat on your mat for me. Open your eyes if you did close them. And then I want you to take those hands, reach them towards the ceiling here for me. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, reach towards your ankles. I want your palms to face up for me. Now take a big inhale, exhale, reach. Inhale, lower, exhale, reach. So you're staying at the top of that range for me, right from the top, lowering down to those shoulder blades and then reaching back up. Stay here with your arms reaching for the first 10 seconds. I'll let you bring them back behind your head in a second. But think about that nice little orange or apple between your chin and your chest as you're reaching at the top. 5 more seconds here. 4 and 3. Good. 2. Now hold to the top for me. Bring your right hand behind your head, left hand, hold, don't lower. You're going to bring right leg up to tabletop and left leg stay lifted. You're going to tap right toe down and that left toe down. You're going to want to take the rest in your head. Don't do it yet. You only have 10 seconds. And then we'll put those two movements together. Tap right toe, tap left toe. Think about your lower abs here. Everything is slow in this first couple of changes. In 5 seconds, you'll lower head, neck, and shoulders down, and you'll lower those toes down. We'll do everything together in 3. In 2, hold at the top. From here, you're going to lower head, neck, and shoulders and those toes down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Start bringing your elbows in towards your knees, tap knees to elbows, and then lower back down. If it's too much for you, you'll just lower halfway down with those feet. If not, I want you to think about pressing your lower back into the mat as you lift all the way up and lower. We're just getting warm here. You're going to stay in that tight little ball for me in about 5 seconds. I want you to bring your knees in towards your chest in towards those knees, and you come into that tight little ball in 3. In 2, stay in nice and tight. Just tap knees towards those elbows towards your knees for 10, for 9, 8, hold on to it, 7 and 6, keep tapping, 5 and 4, good, 3 and 2, hold on, 1, grab that left knee, right leg goes nice and long, and go right into your switches with a pull, switch and switch for me, good, switch and switch. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up just 1 more inch. We're going to keep flowing through this. When you need a break, you'll take it, but fight through pointing through your toes, lifting up 1 inch further. Good. Can you start to bring your hands back behind your head? Keep those legs coming towards center. No twist yet. Hands behind your head. You're bringing those knees in. In 4 seconds, we twist. In 3, in 2, add your twist and your twist. If you can't, you're going to stay center there. Good. Nice and slow and controlled for me. Good. 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6 and 5. Good. 4 and 3. Come back to center here. In 2 on 1. Come back to center. Lower down. Take 1 more big inhale. Exhale. Reach hands towards your ankles. Hold. You get to rest after this. So can you come up 1 inch higher? Exhale, tuck that tailbone. Can you extend your knees away from your hips for 5? Good. And 4, you rest. 3 and 2 on 1, lower all the way down. Knees come into your chest for me. And then we'll bring our legs down to the mat. 3 more changes to go before that bridge series. Take a big inhale here. You have 3 roll-ups before we get into our VFs. Now I want everyone's hands to reach over your shoulders. Your hands never come past your shoulders. You're using your abs to sit up right here. Now drive your heels into the mat. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, you start to lift all the way up overhead. Hands come up overhead, and then you sink yourself back down on that 3 or that 4 count. Your ears right between your elbows, and then you come right back up for me. I want you to go slow here. Because I don't want you to use your arms. I want you to use your abs. Your hands are going to want to come back behind your head. Yes, Maggie, that's beautiful. Right there, right there, right there. Nice pace. Everyone's got 2 more to go for me, and then you'll stay laying down on that mat. Think about the tuck happening in your tailbone. Your arms being raised are going to make this move a little bit more advanced for you. Nice, Jay. And then I want you to think about your breath right here. On this next one, everyone gets to come all the way down. You go right into your alternating V-ups for me. In 3, hands are reaching. Drive heels down for 2. And then on 1, you reach towards that left foot, lower down, reach for that right foot. Can you keep your feet flexed for these? It's going to feel a little different. If you can keep your foot flexed, reach for your toes. Feel the stretch in the back of that leg for me. Good. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Yes, you can. Inhale, lower down. 10 seconds to go. 9 and 8. You only have 2 changes left in your abs. 7, 6, 5, hold on to it. 4 and 3, beautiful. 2, last lift, last lift, last lift, lower all the way down. Knees come into your chest for me. Knees come into your chest. We're almost out of it. Now take a big inhale. Can you lift head, neck, and shoulders up? You're going to reach hands behind your head, legs out in front of you. Then you'll reach back towards your ankles. Reach into that hollow body hold, and then reach towards those ankles. If you have the room, you're always welcome to sweep those arms around in that big circle. If not, just reach them towards your ankles and reach them back overhead. We're finishing in our hollow body hold. We haven't had one in a hot second. You're either reaching towards your ankles or towards the back of that room in 5. In 4, I need you to hold on to it. Take the breath, take the rest if you need it. In 3, in 2, everybody reach, reach, reach either towards those ankles or hands behind those heads. I need a solid 15 seconds. Use your breath. Yes, you can. Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Hold on to that, Maggie. Big, big, big inhale. Pull lower back into that mat core. Beautiful. Hold, 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 hold. 5, 4. You've got it, Kathleen. 3 and 2. Nice, Jay. Rest. Everyone down on 1. Good. Big inhale. Pull knees into your chest for me. I want you to take that right knee into your chest, extend that left leg long, just a quick little stretch. Open that right knee out to the side. I want you to stretch your hip flexor just a little bit. And then that right knee will come back in towards your chest. You'll let that right leg extend, pull that left knee. And I just want a little bit of a hip opener here as we head into that bridge series. My friends with Balas, if you want them for your bridge series, go ahead and stick them on right now. And then you're going to meet me with your feet flat on your mat. So feet are going to come flat on your mat. You've got a bridge series before we stand. I want to wake those glutes up. So from here, I want you just in that normal high bridge. So feet are right under your knees. Take a big inhale, tuck your tailbone and lift up to the top for me and hold. Perfect. Don't even worry about your balance if it's too hard. Lift all the way up here for me and you're in that 30-second hold. Here's what I want you to think about. Yes, just stay in it. Big, big, big inhale here. Now, everyone drop your butts down 1 centimeter and then find your tuck. So instead of fighting for height, I want you to tuck under and think the center of your booty, the line under your butt. We're going to work on that lift right here. Hold for me. You still have 10 seconds in that first hold. In 9 seconds, we're going to alternate bringing our legs into that tabletop position, not letting our hips sink down. In 3, in 2, bring your right leg to tabletop, and then you gently set it back down. Left leg goes to tabletop. Your focus here is to think about keeping your hips square and bringing your knee right over your hip and then putting it back down. You're going to want to rock from side to side. Can you point through your toes and make this look delicate? Yes, hips stay high. Slow it down for me and think lift for 2, lower for 2. It's going to fight to give you a little bit more of an isometric hold. You're going to leave that right leg lifted the next time you get to it. So get your right leg up and hold for me here. Point through that toe. Now make sure that leg is at tabletop. So if your ankle is lifted, bring it down to your knee. Yes. Now I want you to press your hands into that mat. Start squeezing that glute up. Yes. So your left cheek is what you're squeezing with everything that you have. Nice. Everyone looks really strong right here. Keep squeezing for me. You can do this. Keep squeezing. You've got another change in this single leg movement in 5. Squeeze for 4. Squeeze for 3. In 2 from here, hold. You're gonna extend that right leg long, bring it back to tabletop. Extend to a hover, pull it back to tabletop. Extend to a hover, pull it back to tabletop. Don't cheat yourself. You can do this. 8 and 7. One hold left. 6 and 5. Full extension. Keep it long and then bring it back up. Really long and squeeze. And 2, hold it in that tabletop. Last one right here. Hold it in tabletop. If you need to modify, put that foot over top of that knee. You only have 10 seconds here. Extra challenge, extend that leg up to the ceiling. 8 and 7. Can you squeeze any tighter on that left side? 5. You set that foot down, not your butt. And 4 and 3. Good. 2. Set that foot down back to full range here. Lower down, lift and squeeze. You're just resetting. Lower down, lift and squeeze. Now think about your tuck right here. As you lift, I want you to tuck under, pull your belly button towards that spine, and think about how strong you are in your core. You're pressing your hands into that mat for me. You hold at the top in 3, in 2, on 1, hold at the top, back to that alternating. Lift your right toe up to tabletop, set it back down. You're gonna wanna go through this quickly. I don't want it fast. I promise you, if you slow this down, you're going to force yourself to have that isometric hold with your leg lifted, and you're going to be focused on that squeeze. I only need 3 more, and then your left leg stays at tabletop. You should be feeling a little bit fatigued in your glutes right here. In 2, now lift that left leg up and hold. I want you at a 90-degree angle. I want you to fight to get that right cheek up 1 inch higher. Now everybody pulse up an inch and down an inch right here. Pulse up an inch and down an inch. Beautiful, Kathleen. 8 here. 7, everyone looks really strong. 6, drive that opposite heel down into the mat in opposition and lift, lift, lift. You've got 5 and 4. We're gonna find that extension in 3, in 2. So you're gonna extend that left leg long, bring it back up to that tabletop. So it comes out to a hover and then you bring it to tabletop. You're taking your time and you are focused on that isometric hold in your right cheek, driving that glute up into the air and using your arms to press into that mat to wake up those triceps. Hold for me at the top in 3, in 2, on 1. Find that hold for me. Find that hold. You can do this. You have 1 change left after this and it's a full range movement. Can you fight? Oh, get that leg to tabletop. Hold. Now extend that leg long and strong. Yes, you can. 4, in 3 seconds, you set that foot down. 2 seconds, set it down gently and finish in full range. Lower down, lift and squeeze. It's only 30 seconds, so you can do it. Full range, there are no holds, there are no pulses. I want you to think about a tuck rather than a thrust up. So you lower down to a hover and then you tuck that tailbone under, you squeeze your cheeks as tight as you can. You have 10 seconds and a rest. In 9, in 8, good. In 7 and 6, final 5 right here. Last 4 and 3, good. 2, 1, rest. Lower all the way down for me. Bring your knees into your chest. Find that happy baby if you want to. I'm actually just going to keep us down for a bridge series for your glute while you're here and your center booty's warm. And I want you to come onto the left, your left side. And then I want you can leave your balas on. I did this without any balas yesterday and I was on fire. So I need you to hold on to it. Our first 3 changes, you're going to be like, wait, I can be here all day. But I promise you, once we put it all together, you'll be warm. You're going to be in that nice 90-degree angle, laying all the way down. You have the option, if you want to take that advanced movement, of coming onto your forearm. Any of my advanced friends, you start on your forearm, you lay down when you're ready. From here, your feet are going to be together for the first 3 changes. I know you're going to think you need to make this harder. It's a long series, so trust me, you really don't need any props. From here, keep your feet together, press your right hand into the mat. You're going to open those legs and close them. Open those legs, bring them to a hover. So think lift, squeeze, and lower. So I need your hips square right here. I want you to start focusing on where you're squeezing. It's the outer glute. We just did center booty. Now I'm focused on that outer glute. So your feet are squeezing together and you're thinking at the top of this range, how tightly can I squeeze? Now hold those legs apart, up an inch and down an inch right here. Up an inch and down an inch, good. You have 10 seconds. I want you to think anytime you start to roll back, can you press your hands into that mat for me? 8 seconds here. 7, it's just that 1 inch pulse. Your feet being together is gonna make this harder, I promise you. You've got 4, and 3. Perfect. 2. Hold here on 1. Your knee doesn't move. You're going to extend, point through that toe, tap toe to ankle. Extend, point through that toe, tap toe to ankle. Good. Here's where you're going to start to get warm. If you are laying all the way down, your range of motion is going to be a little bit different than if you're on your forearm. You've got 10, tap, 9. You're always pressing into that right hand here. Go 7 and 6 for me. 5 and a hold, 4 and a hold. Go 3 and 2, 1. Hold right here. Now everyone turn the top of your foot towards the front of the room. We've all rolled back. Roll that foot here. Now start to give me up an inch and down an inch. Notice the height of our foot. Our toe is pointed. You have 3 changes, 2 rounds. So here's where it gets really fun. It's such a tiny movement. The only reason that your toe is lifting is you are squeezing from that corner pocket. So if you were to put 2 fingers on your butt, you should feel the contraction here. You are going to circle for me in 3, circle in 2. Now give me that tiny controlled circle like you're tracing a quarter, nothing bigger than an apple. And you're pressing into that mat. So this is as much length as you can give me behind that knee and keeping that leg lifted. If you're on your forearm is when you're really starting to want to come down. Now go ahead and reverse that circle for me. 6 and 5. Good. 4. You've got this. 3, 2 on 1. Hold right here. You come down for 2, halfway lift for 2. We repeat after this. You're almost there, all the way back up. Down on that 2 count, lift and squeeze on that 2 count. You come down on that 2 count, lift and squeeze. We hold it up. We're back to pulses in 4, in 3, last 2. Lift that foot up, pulse it again, little pulses. Here's where you're going to want to take the break. If you do not feel fatigued at all, you press into that right hand, you extend through the back of that knee as much as you can. It's little pulses. You have 10 right here. We've got circles. We've got that 2 inch down, 2 inch up and a hold, and then you're out of this. We come into all 4. Lift up and then lower. Squeeze from your glute. If you're not pointed through that toe, point through your toe and lift that leg up 1 inch higher. 4 and 3, 2, and we circle. Here we go. 10 seconds in that circle. Nice. 9 and 8. You've got to fight right here. Pull your abs in, press through your hand when you think you need to lower that leg down. You've got 5 when we reverse it. 4 and 3. Keep moving. 2 on 1. Think about how you have built all that length and that strength into that leg. Good. You've got 6 and 5. Down 2 inches, up 2 inches here in 3. Good. 2, 1. Hold. You lower halfway down, then lift and squeeze. It is slow and controlled. The top of your foot is facing forward. You should feel this in that pocket of your butt, outer glute into that outer thigh. It's nice and controlled. You never come all the way down. You finish with a hold and you come into a forearm plank. You've got 10 seconds here, 9 seconds, and we're in a hold. I need you to get your leg up higher because I know you can. Think about your breath and point through your toe. Hold 5, 4. So you're going down on that 2 count, lifting back up. Everybody hold. Here's your final 10 counts in this hold. So everyone take a big inhale. Lift that leg up. Tiny tuck of your tailbone. Turn the top of your foot to the front of the room and do not lower it down. Press as hard as you need to in that right arm. Give me 8 seconds. In 7 seconds, you come onto your belly. You go right into a forearm plank. You're not going to like it. 3 and 2. Roll onto your bellies. Find your forearm plank. Right onto your bellies. Find your forearm plank. You're going to feel really uneven, but it's going to be strong. Bring your legs together and breathe. Yes. Big, 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 big inhale. Here's where it gets fun. You have 20 seconds to go. I want you to take your right toes and I want you to hover them off that mat and point through your right side. Yes. Nice, Jay. Hold there. Yes. Nobody drops. You have a child's pose in 10 seconds. You can do this. 9. Keep squeezing. 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6. Here's where that challenge comes into play. You look fabulous. 4, 3, 2, child's pose. Beautiful. Take the big inhale and take a moment here to open up those thighs. Open knees up towards each side, and then you'll take that breath. We're just going to knock out that other side. Just keep those booties nice and warm. So you'll come onto that right side when you're ready. Take a sip of water if you need to. It's tiny movements. So this is an advanced group. If you're not feeling it in your glute, you got to work on where you're squeezing because you should be able to get into this. You're going to come onto your opposite side and press your left hand down. If you started on your forearm, I need you to come back to your forearm. Stay lifted through your core and think about just that little bit of shoulder work you're getting as you begin to open those knees and close them. If you're on your forearm, you're going to really feel this through your obliques in your shoulder. It becomes a full body workout. I was laying down just so nicely, enjoying that for the last round. So now I need you to think about your feet are going to want to separate. Don't let them. Notice how your hips are square here. You've got to squeeze that pocket of your butt, that corner pocket, outer booty right here, to really start to fire everything up. But pull those abs in. If you start to sink in like you're modeling for me, you're not going to do anything nice for your body. So lift all the way up. You've got 5 seconds right here. 4, 3, good. 2. Now hold it up at the top and just give me little pulses. If you are tight, you're going to notice your range of motion is not big, but I don't care what your range of motion is. As long as your feet are together and you're pressing your knee up in that pulse, you're doing great. 8, 6, and 5. Good. 4, 3. Hold it up in 2. Hold that knee up. All you're doing is extending through that leg, tapping toe down. Extend through that leg, tap your toe down. My knee does not move. All I'm doing is connecting toe to ankle, extending, finding length through the back of that leg before I tap it back down. 8, 6, 5, 4, hold it extended in 3, and 2, hold it extended, freeze. Now turn the top of your foot towards the front of the room. I want you to stay in the back of that leg. Can you give me tiny little pulses here? Yes. As you point through your toe, find the lift in your legs. If you can find some height in your leg, I want you to find that height, and then I want you to focus on where you're squeezing. Your toe is not making this movement happen. It's coming from your side pocket of your butt. This is all outer glute into outer thigh. 6 more pulses. 5, nice work. 4, 3, good. 2, hold on 1, circle for me. So everyone think about what that toe, it's tracing that quarter. It never gets bigger than an apple. I want you to keep it tiny. You're thinking that your toe is now leading this movement. It's not. It's coming from your butt. If you're on your forearm still, think about, can I stay lifted here, pressing that mat away, pressing into that opposite hand, reverse that circle for 8. Yes, you can. 7. Nice, Kathleen. 6, find that length for me. 5, get that leg up there. If you start to roll back, you're going to lose it. Make sure hips are stacked. 3 and 2. Here's that 2 count. Down on that 2 count, lift and squeeze. So come down halfway, lift and squeeze. Again, this is really basic in your mind, but if you squeeze correctly and you focus on the length of your leg, you should fire it up. Anyone who's rolling back right now, you're losing all of the work you're trying to build for. So roll that leg forward, almost like the top of your foot is facing down for me right here. Now go back to your pulses. Here we go. Second round, you're almost out of it. We never stay this long in a series. I want you to focus on your squeeze. Pulse right at the top for me. Pull that belly in and show me how long and lean that leg can look. Go 8 and 7, fight for it. 6 and 5, you're there. For 4, we circle in 3 and 2, find that circle for me. You can do this. Tiny and controlled. Here's where you're going to want to lower that leg down. You're on your non-dominant side. I want you to fight for it. You are pressing into that mat with a, I'll get it right back up there. Yes. Everybody reverse that circle. If you're not in your circle, find that circle. I just skipped right over one of those circle sides. Everyone circle for me. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Do not lose that circle. I need the 2 count down and a hold, and you're going to come into that forearm plank. You can do this. Breathe for me. You're going to want to drop it down. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go back to that 2 count for me. Down on that 2 count, lift and squeeze. It's just bigger than a pulse, smaller than full range. It's 10 seconds right here. I know you can do this. You have a hold coming up. You're going to stay really strong. Are you breathing or are you clenching your jaw? Inhale, exhale, lift and squeeze, contract those abs. We hold right here in 4, in 3, hold for me in 2, hold for me in 1. Can you turn that toe so your top of your foot's facing that mat? This is the last hardest 8 seconds. You come right into your forearm plank. You know where you're headed. Everyone breathe for me right here. 5 seconds. 4, yes, yes, yes. Lift that leg up one entire, yep. There it is. 3, 2, 1. Everyone rest. Come right into your forearm plank. Don't even take the break. Get into your forearm plank. Both feet down to start. Both feet down to start. Yes. Race into that plank. Nice, ladies. Hold. Now lift that left toe up. Here's where I need you to fight. You're fatigued. Here's where it gets more fun. You got a 30-second hold. You have 20 seconds left. When you bring that foot back down, I need you to go right into 30 seconds of push-ups, and then you get your child's pose. We stand. 10 seconds left right here. Point through that toe, point through that toe, point through that toe. You've got it. 8 and 7. Feet come down, knees come down. You walk up to your hands and you give me about 6 hand release push-ups, or you can give me your 2 counts in 3, In 2, if you can give me push-ups, give me push-ups. If not, come to your knees and give me those reaches out in front of you, Max, if you need to. Reach, yes. Open those knees up a hint if you're feeling like you're moving. Yes, there it is. Everybody, 20 seconds. Find your control here and breathe through it. You've got this. I need 8 and 7. Do not give up. 6. Everyone's in a child's pose in 5. In 4. Good. In 3. Last 2. You made it. Everyone find your child's pose. Really nice. We're going to get ready to stand, but take a moment here to stretch. Stretch out arms. Stretch out your legs for a moment, really heavy on lower body. We're gonna get ready to stand all the way up. Make your way into that downward dog when you're ready. And then take your time as you roll yourself to the top. Take a sip of water once you get there. Really nice first little bit on that floor. So once you get up to the top, if you want to take a break from those balas, you're welcome to. I'd like your balas to go around your wrists if you have them, or you can have your 3-pound weights. But my friends, with both, you're going to put balas around your wrists and you're going to hold your weights and you'll drop them when you're ready. And you can go body weight if you need to. We're going to go into a strong arm series here. We're going to give our legs a hint of a break. Soften the bend in your knees. Everyone's ready. You're going to meet me in that goalpost position here. So you either have balls around your wrists, you have weights in your hands, or you're doubled up for the extra challenge, or you can be weightless like me. Big inhale here. We're going to reach overhead, pull back down here. We press, we pull. Yes, we press, we pull. My friends, with both, you're going to fatigue and you're going to drop one or the other. You're likely going to drop your weights and leave your balls right where they are, and you're going to keep fighting through it. It's like Melissa would help on steroids right now. Reach and we pull. You've got that goalpost rotation coming up in 8 seconds. Stay in your press for 7 and 6. We've got this 5 and 4, final 3 and 2. On 1, come down. We rotate, we lift and squeeze. We rotate here, we lift and squeeze. In the rotation, you do not need a weight to fire up right here. Think about your breath. Soften the bend in your knees. Can you find a contraction in your abs for me? So every time you rotate, you contract those abs as you pull those hands back up. In 10 seconds right here. 9. You're going to leave them in that rotation in 8. In 7. Good. In 6. In 5. Last 4. 3. 2, hold on 1, reach those arms out. This is your least favorite change. You're just gonna crisscross over top of one another. Switch, switch, switch. You can slow it down if you need to, but your goal here is to get that heart rate up a little bit because this should be hard. Go 10, switch, 9, switch, it's 8. You have this. 7, switch, 6 and 5. We hold in 4, switch for 3, switch for 2. Good. On 1, switch, hold, 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 hold. You're going to bring palms in, reach, squeeze, palms face the floor, in to the ceiling, reach and squeeze to the floor, pull in, press out. We pull it in, press and reach. Here's where you're fatigued. You've got this. Out and in. Hold on to it. Out and in. So think press and pull. You punch forward, pull it back right here for 10, 9 and 8. You have it. 7. Reach and hold for me. In 6. In 5. Last 4. You can do this. 3 and 2. Out. Hold on 1. Open into your T for me. It's forward of the pulse, back of the pulse. Forward and back. You've got this. Forward and back. Forward and back. It's mean, but really strong right here. Go 10 and 9. Hold on to it. 8 and 7. Good. 6 and 5. You've got 4 and 3. Final 2. On 1. Palms face front. Overhead. Connect your weight. Lower, lift and squeeze. Tricep dip. Lower, lift and squeeze. Elbows together. Lower, lift and squeeze. Lower, lift and squeeze. The pace is a little bit faster here. Listen to your body. 10, 9, elbows in, extend, weight to the nape of your neck, then reach. 7 and 6, you can do this. 5 and 4, hold on to it. 3 and 2, pulse down 1 inch, little presses here for 10, press for 9, you do it. 8 and 7, 6 and arms come all the way down. In 5, in 4, active recovery here. In 3, in 2, in 1, arms come down, bicep curls. We lift and we lower. We lift and we lower. Reset right here. If your shoulders started to creep up, reset. Let them come back down. Don't clench your jaw. Soften the bend in your knees and really think about your weights right here. Go 10 and 9. You've got 8, 2 changes left for me. In 7, in 6, we're back to our goalpost here. In 5, 4, last 3 and 2, on 1. Can you come back to your goalpost? Combo movement, press, lower, rotate down, and we lift. We press it up and we rotate, come down, back to squeezing, lift and we lower, rotate down and back up right here for 10, 9, rotate down, back up. You've got it. 6, 5, last 4 and 3, good. 2, on 1, rotate down, reach them out, finish here. 30 seconds, overs and unders. 30 seconds, yes you can. 30 seconds, do not cheat yourself. Think about how strong you are in those arms. You're going to take a hint of a break in less than 15 seconds. So just keep switching. Reach, reach, reach. Squeeze your triceps. Find it here. 10, 9, 8. Don't drop. Go 7 and 6. You're right there. 5, 4. Perfect. 3 and 2. On 1, you drop your weights. Leave your balls on if they're there. Everybody comes into that nice little cobra position. Start squeezing your forearms together. You have either balas on or no weights, body weights or balas. You've got it. Start squeezing your forearms together here. Final 3 changes in your arms. It's quick today. 10 seconds. 9, 8. You pulse it up for me. And 7. Keep squeezing. 6. You can do it. 5. Bend your knees and breathe for me. Last 3 and 2. Now pulse it up and in. Pulse up and in. Burn it out right here. Pulse up and in. It's up and squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, up and in right here, up in. You've got 5 and a hold, 4 and a hold, 3 and 2. Everybody just freeze. Can you bend your knees for me? Glue your legs together, hover your heels, and sink down a couple inches, squeezing your inner thighs together, just making this a full body movement. 10 and 9, squeeze as tight as you can. Squeeze inner thighs together, use your abs. 8 and 7, final 6 and 5. You rest in 3, 2, 1, rest. Yes, good arm series. Take those balls off, give it a little bit of a stretch. You've got a second position in abs and you're out of here. Options here, options, options, options. You can leave your balls on your wrists if you want to for the extra challenge. You don't need any weights. We are going back to your thighs. So we've done center booty, your outer booty and outer thighs, and we're finishing some inner thigh in the second position, and then we'll go back to the floor. Heels in, toes out. You are welcome to have your balls on your wrists. Can you come into a prayer position for me? I want you to come down for 2, lift, and we squeeze. Good. Lower for 2, lift, and you squeeze for me. It's a 2-minute or a minute and a half in your second position. I want you to think about as you lower, can you press your knees back for me? Make this about your inner thighs. Tuck your tailbone under. Trust your body here that it knows where it's headed. Use your abs. I want you to start lifting your heels at the bottom and extending your legs up with your heels lifted. You're going to lose your range of motion in your heels, but you're going to just feel those inner thighs firing up even more. So as you come down on that two count, you lift your heels and then you extend and then you lower back down for 2. So now our heels are lifted. You have the option to lower your heels as you sink back down, or you have the option to keep them lifted. You're only here for about 5 more seconds. 4 more. Good. You're going to meet me at the bottom of your range with your heels lifted, and you'll go into your lower and your lift in 3. Meet me at the bottom in 2. Come down to the bottom of your range. Now just lower your heels and lift your heels. Lower your heels and lift your heels. Trust your body, relax your shoulders. If you have those balls on, you're going to feel your arms starting to wake up a little bit right here. Lift your heels and lower your heels. Heels stay lifted in 3 and lower. Heels stay lifted in 2 and lower. Heels stay lifted right here. Now pulse down an inch and up an inch. When you pulse, can your knees press back? I know your legs are fatigued here, heavy on the legs today. You have 8 seconds. 7. Can you fight to keep your heels lifted? Yes, Jordan, those look great. You have 6. 5 and a hold, ladies. 4 and a hold. Good. 3 and 2. Freeze for me right where you are. Freeze for me right where you are. You can do this. If you're losing your balance, you'll just bring those hands out in front of you or keep them in prayer. I need 8 seconds right here. Yes, you can. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. You're there. 5 and 4. Hold for me. Hold for me. You're lowering those heels one more time in 3 and 2. Everybody lower those heels full range. We lift up on that single count, lower back down. Lift up on that single count, lower back down. Lift up and you lower. Last 15 seconds right here, and you'll have a minute and a half of work left. So again, full range. We don't usually move this quickly. I want you to think, are you coming down that imaginary wall? Are you pressing your knees back for me? 8, 7, good. 6 and 5, last 4 and 3, good. 2, stand all the way up on 1. Quick transition here. Hands are going to come up overhead for me.